Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the first episode of 2022 of Chai, Shai, etc. This is a special episode, special for many reasons. The first, I was on a break and I wanted the vacation to continue. But when I saw the movie Saiyaanji, something within me stirred my soul, where I went back into flashes of memories, not just mine, but the many stories over the years of women that I have heard, experienced, seen, felt, and seen those women rise through their traumas. We bring to you, present to you, the concept creator, the director for Sainyaanji, K C Loy, also known as Loy Chako, and his Insta handle goes K C Loy Indie. And we have with us Arpana Rao. Arpana is a Kathak dancer, a performer, an acclaimed artist who's performed for TEDx, and the woman who narrates the story of all the women put together. Presenting to you the one woman for all women, Arpana Rao. Arpana, I'll start the conversation with you. When you heard the song created by Aashish, Rego, and Ronkini Gupta, what was the feel that you had in your heart, your soul, your mind?
Okay, now because I'm a classical Kathak dancer, and when I spoke to Loy, he shared the music in the night and he told me that it's going to be Kathak. So the music was very haunting. It was not not like a happy moment telling Sainyaanji or Sainyaanji or whatever. As a Kathak dancer, I didn't feel that. And I was like, I was very confused. And I said, forget it. Let me just get up in the morning and go, because I couldn't think of what Kathak steps have I to do in this. Because
Sainyaanji term या तो श्रृंगार के साथ आता है,
yes,
या विरह के साथ आता
yes,
है, या फिर if you put it in Bollywood terms तो छेड़खान या romance.
Yeah. But this song didn't have that feel. If you hear it, the song didn't have that feel of छेड़खान and romance. It had more of the Karuna Ras. It had more of maybe in some ways Raudra also, I felt, because that anger, emotion, everything in it was like too many bhavs in it. So it was not like because I went in thinking it's going to be Kathak steps, whatever, whichever I do, and I have to go on it. And the rest he told me in the morning. So every time we were doing something, I was just following his orders. It's like, shoot, order. So I was just following those orders and doing. I hope I followed it to the T. I just hope.
Yeah, I have worked with Loy. I know the orders that need to be followed. Not
the orders.
Coming to you, Sainyaanji. क्या meaning है इस word का आपके लिए?
So,
you married to a gorgeous lady who's also a producer, runs a production house.
So let's go back to this. We handle a lot of creatives on Aashish Rego's Intimus channel. And Intimus is a place where we're attempting to have indie artists, independent artists come and do what they want to present, not what we want them to present. I'm sure you have your own poems on Intimus, and so many other artists are coming up now. So when Kiran, who is the main liaison between Intimus and us and Kiran Loy Productions, Kiran had the first brief from Aashish. He says, I want this song to be videographed, and I want it on Valentine's Day, which was 2 days ago to go, 3 days to go, no 2 days, 3 days to go, and only one line. He said anti-Valentine. So I said, oh, so are we against Valentine? No, that's not what I meant. Another version of Valentine. So both of us sat that night to work on the concept the first time we heard it 3 nights ago, and we were wondering क्या करें इसका, कैसे करें. एक लाइन आया, दोनों ऑलमोस्ट साइमल्टेनियसली किरण ने और मैंने कहा, सेल्फ लव, लव योर सेल्फ एंड एवरीथिंग एल्स फॉलोज. सो आई थिंक दैट्स वेयर वी बिल्ट द एंटायर थिंग, द कंसेप्ट, and then it started. Sainyaanji, the way Ronkini has rendered that one line.
Oh, it is
The
so
first
beautiful.
line. I don't think I can. In fact, both of us will agree. We don't think we can take the credit of conceptualizing, because it was as if the composers knew when rendering the word Sainyaanji, the way it is. On the onset, you realize hopelessness, like she said, anger, sadness. Sadness and hopelessness are again two different things. Sadness से तुम उठ सकते हो, hopelessness से कैसे उठ सकते हो? वो वाला सैयाजी था ये. और सैयाजी में वो प्यार है और वो दगा है, वो बिट्रेयल है. वो वर्ड जिस तरीके से आपने कहा कि सैयाजी, ये वर्ड का क्या मतलब है, जहाँ पर एक तरफ पे प्यार है, दूसरे तरफ पे बिट्रेयल है, कि तू जिससे मैंने इतना प्यार किया, मेरे डार्लिंग, मेरे लव, तूने मुझे बिट्रे किया, तूने मुझे तोड़ दिया. तो ये मुझे बहुत इफ़ेक्ट किया, और मैं जानता था इस फिल्म को बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग होना है. अगर पेन है तो पेन ही होना है. फिर सिर्फ पेन क्यों? मुझे लगा कि ये कितनी औरतें जा रही हैं इस दौर से. दे आर एक्सपीरियंसिंग दिस प्रॉब्ली एवरी डे, एवरी सेकेंड. व्हाट आई वांटेड टू शो was, despite that night, that darkness that has happened, morning arrives and she's up and she makes the tea, she makes her tiffin and off to work. Whatever the work may be. It could be peon's job, a secretary's job, a bai's job, a cook's job, or a corporate job. She dons that guise and she goes and she does her job to the T. I wanted that entire spectrum to come through in this film.
जब सैयाजी की बात करते हैं अर्पणा एंड लॉय, romance, love, dependency, codependency is something that girls, women across the world have learnt growing up. That, the lover is the be-all and end-all of your life. For centuries, women have been trained कि you get married and that is the goal for you, to take care of your husband, your Sainyaanji, your lover, somebody whom you are supposed to be devoted towards. And Arpana, you work with so many women artists from across ages. And even जब हम कला की बात करते हैं, कथक की बात करते हैं, श्रृंगार रस, प्रेम रस इतना मधुर होता है. But there's so much of pain going on in each one's life. So do you think you brought out the pain that you've experienced with women folk?
I have an academy teaching Kathak, so I have students who joined me at 5, and I'm running this school since 12 years now. So I've got people who were like 5, or some were 10, and now they're 21, 22. So it's so carefree when they're young, they're just having fun. Then 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Then I see this, parents are looking out for guys, and we want to work, we don't want to get married, we want to do this. So I have seen that, people crying in front of me, married women who've gone through so much. And for them coming, there are some classes in which we've not done any dance. We've just shared our feelings with each other. So maybe that's why I'm so close to all my students and the ones who are a little older. I'm not talking about the young kids who are like up to 15, 16. The life of a
पता ही
girl
नहीं
is
होता ना.
fun.
It's more of dream because वो सैयाजी की dream हम उनके पैदा होते ही उनको
Saiyaanji.
दिखाते हैं.
Beautiful, the lovely one, the guy coming in the
Yeah.
white horse and will do everything for you.
एकदम.
But then he always doesn't come in a white horse and goes all black, red, and every damn color. So I think he's brought it out very well in this, and it's to all the women there. And you know what I feel in India is like, after a certain age, if a woman wants to do something, then they feel. I mean, it doesn't mean that only when you're 20 you'll have a heartbreak, or when you're up to 30 only you can have a heartbreak. You can't have it after that, right? I've seen this many a times. People tell, oh, you're 35 or you're 40 or whatever. No. Where love, where romance, and where heartbreak, and where heartaches and all. I mean, it's okay, you should get into this. And they expect that a woman should not rise above all this and do what she wants to do. So, which is beautiful in this film which he's shown, that I loved the way when I was shooting that I didn't know where it was going, Loy, when I opened the door and I was walking towards the light. But when I opened the door, and it was a lot of, my hair was all flying, and that whole feeling of freedom came to me there. I'm like facing the light and I'm walking, and it was just so, I mean, I wish I could have had, like, I don't know whether my shoulders reflected that, but I felt like so proud walking into that light with so much of confidence. It was that brought it out. Thank you so much.
It came exactly as I imagined it. In fact, most of the film came exactly as I wanted it. On the drawing board, when we saw the woman, we were trying our best not to dwell on the pain. But that didn't mean that we don't explore that pain for however a short second or a minute or whatever. But we wanted to explore that pain, and we wanted to take it to that graph, to that level where it should tear through the screen and come out at the person. Without hearing the screen, you can feel it. That is what I wanted to happen. So when I spoke with her and I said, so it is Kathak. I already imagined it's going to be Kathak. So Kathak has the ability to break certain barriers. One, it's absolutely sensuous. Two, it has a way to let another form of dance permeate into it. So if you're performing, if you're acting, and suddenly you go into a Kathak pose, you're cool. It'll be seamless. So I knew it was Kathak that I needed as the base, and I needed that person to be an actor. We had practically about 8 hours to decide, 10 hours to decide. And in that 10 hours, I spoke with 2 or 3, all of them were nice dancers. All of them we saw the footages and we checked. They were very strong dancers. But with Arpana, I think there were 2 things that really came through. One, she was a strong dancer. They were in her TEDx performance itself. She had a little very unconventional way of the music also that they used for it was absolutely unconventional, and the way they rendered it was also breaking through the dance form and coming back to the dance form. So I knew somewhere I would try to work it out. So Chala Lenge was the thought at that moment, to be true. So when I told her,
चला लेंगे से कुछ ज़्यादा ही
हाँ वही हुआ. तो the moment we decided कि let's take the most beautiful part of her and then break it. So we imagined shooting the part where she's dressing up in complete shringar and going for her performance or for her act or for whatever she's going for, opening the doors and the world opens up to her. So we took that part first. We shot that first. Because after that, we needed to tear her. I don't think that after doing that, she would have felt comfortable to go back to Shringar. And in the broken part, I just told her the word, I think it's like a phoenix rising from the ashes. That's it. So this is that phoenix that rises from the ashes every day. It's not just one pain. It's not just one period of pain of say 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, whatever that. It is every day.
जब हम सैयाजी की बातें करते हैं तो आपके मन में क्या सवाल आते हैं? मेरे मन में बहुत सारे सवाल और ख्याल एक साथ आते हैं. पहला ये, are women only and only meant to be there to please a man, to make his home, to give birth to his children, or are they permitted to have dreams of their own? Many women across the world have gone through various kinds of pain, trauma, abuse, and the feeling, the emotion of hopelessness. Hi, I'm Kanchan Todi, your host for Chai, Shai, etc. And today we bring to you a conversation on the movie Sainyaanji.
It's interesting that she's called it a movie. Why? Why do you call it a movie?
Because it narrates the story of a woman in just 4 minutes. Nothing else apart from a movie is what I feel is a term suited for the storytelling that has been done through this beautiful Kathak performance by Arpana Rao, music composition by Ronkini, Gupta and Aashish, Rego, the lyrics and vocals by Ronkini, Gupta. You know, the first time I watched the movie Sainyaanji, me being a social worker, somebody who's worked in the community and seen the lives of many, many women who's experienced challenges in her own life. For me, it was soul stirring. I couldn't sleep that entire night. The next day morning, I woke up and I spoke to Rego as to, what a movie. There are so many women across the world who do not have the courage to speak. This movie brings out not only the emotions of trauma, the emotions of pain, abuse, hopelessness, it also gives us hope. Hope for a better future. The hope that there is a world out there which we can create, or which probably we as the generation of the future are creating at this moment. A world of equality. A world where, in spite of whatever a woman goes through, she can stand back and move towards the light, move towards the life that she desires. K C Loy, coming to you, why such dark? Why so much darkness? What was the emotion that you felt while creating that energy? Or what inspired you to reach to that depth wherein you could bring out the emotion of a woman who's gone through so much of pain?
I have seen this very close, and to realize helplessness at that moment is something that was the most defeating thought in the world. Where you think about, at that moment you think about life, death, afterlife, all the things that you're taught, heaven and hell. And I know heaven and hell is right here. This moment that I'm going through, that the person is going through, is pure hell. Is absolute thick, dark, sludgy, gutter hell. There is no other hell. Whatever hell people tell you about, there's fire and all that, yeah, bullshit. Let it be. होने दे. इससे ज़्यादा कोई darkness से ज़्यादा कोई है. जो दो spectrums हैं ज़िंदगी के, जहाँ पर तुम जिंदगी आगे देख रहे हो, एक सेकेंड आगे देख रहे हो या कई साल आगे देख रहे हो, व्हाट विल यू डू इन 5 years और व्हाट विल यू डू टुमारो. एंड एक ऐसा वक्त होता है जहाँ पर एंटायर अस्तित्व पे ही क्वेश्चन आ जाता है कि मैं हूँ, मैं क्या था, मैं क्या हूँ
और मैं क्या हो सकता हूँ.
या तो क्या हो सकता हूँ वाला जब कैंसिल ही हो जाता है तो फिनिश्ड. सो पीपल गोइंग थ्रू डिप्रेशन, दैट्स another aspect that I wanted to come out through this film. एक दीपिका पादुकोण डिप्रेशन से जा रही है, लेकिन आई नो फ्रेंड्स उसे, अरे उसको क्या डिप्रेशन है, इतनी फेमस एक्ट्रेस है, इतने पैसे हैं उन लोगों के पास, क्यों डिप्रेशन है, ये क्या फालतूगिरी का होता है. पर वो समझ ही नहीं पाते कि डिप्रेशन क्या चीज़ है. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट दिस, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट व्हाट इज डिप्रेशन. डिप्रेशन, ओह यार शिट आज चेक नहीं आया मैं डिप्रेस्ड हूँ, ऐसा नहीं है वो डिप्रेशन. ये वर्ड हम लोग बहुत ही कैजुअली यूज़ करते हैं. डिप्रेशन उससे भी घना एक डेंजरस सिकनेस है, बहुत डेंजरस सिकनेस है, जो एक बार काट दे और अपना रूट्स अंदर डाल दे किसी के माइंड में, फिनिश. वो बहुत 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 प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करता है. सो वी नीड टू बी ओपन, टॉक अबाउट इट. If medication required, medication, self-healing and meditations and whatever is required, we need to approach it. But that can happen only if you are open to talk about it, only if you accept that you are depressed.
Mental health is something that we have all been covering up. We've been kind of, कहते हैं ना हिंदी में, एक दुपट्टा डाल देते हैं उसके ऊपर. It's not just about mental health, it's about emotional health as well. And I understand both men and women equally go through emotional challenges and mental health issues. However, the movie Saiyaanji is about a woman's story. And here, you know, when we talk about a woman, at least I can speak about myself rather than narrating the stories of the women that I've come across through my lifetime. I grew up in a very humble background, and हमारे यहाँ हम देखते थे कि लड़कियों को बचपन से दुल्हन बनने का शौक होता था. You know, वो सजना संवरना, the only desire or the only goal girls and women were brought up with during the times I was growing up, in the environment I was growing up, was to find the right groom. Thankfully, I was a little different and I chose the groom for myself. However, when you have been trained for generations, as women, we've been trained for generations that this man is your savior. This man is your protector. Of course, putting a lot of burden on men, but at the same time creating so much of expectations in a woman's life, wherein she doesn't know, once she's got married or once she's got a Sainyaanji, once she's got the lover, the partner, she doesn't know how to react to reality. And the reality can be dark, Arpana. So, have you ever come across a story where the darkness of reality has really hit you hard?
Yes, I grew up in an environment where my parents never taught me. My dad was W.B. Rao, the cinematographer. So they
Could you repeat that?
Yes, my dad, I lost him 4 years back, and that was like the worst moment of my life. He was W.B. Rao, the cinematographer. So he always told us, fly, don't do that.
He's created movies like
Yes.
Rangila,
Yes.
like Hum, like
Khuda Gawah.
Khuda Gawah, like
Yeah, he's somewhere there watching me. I think that's why this happened. So it's and I miss him so much. I wish he would be there today to see this. You know,
I'd be petrified to show him the work, but
Loy, I can cry
you've
now
done an
thinking.
amazing
Yes,
job.
he would be so proud of me to be associated with you. I really miss him. I miss him today. But you know, it's not always about what kind of a family you're in or whatever. Every woman faces her challenges. I've got this class of mine, and I've seen kids, and I feel when I look at them, when they're 7 and 10, they have all these great dreams. They feel everything is achievable, which is not, right? Once you go there, once you're 20s, everything is not like, oh, I have planned for a pink color dress and it's going to happen. It happens when you're kids. It doesn't happen when you grow up. And then I've seen
You're
these
wearing a
people.
beautiful pink necklace.
Yeah, this is like, I feel this is the woman who's always calm, and this is the storm. That's
He's
Durga.
Durga.
Ma. So don't, all the men out there, be aware, right? We are calm like Saraswati Ma, but then if you just poke us, we become Durga Ma. That's what I just tell. So, and I tell this is like, but it's a sad, it's sad in our country that you worship the woman and then you don't respect them. When I was learning dance, there was this very beautiful girl who used to learn Kathak, and I met her lately. I was shocked. Like, I used to look up to her in my class. Nothing to do with Kathak, married, with 2 kids, nothing. She doesn't even know now how to move her feet in Kathak. It's so sad. It's all wasted, I feel.
Did she want to come back?
I didn't ask her. She was not so friendly, so I didn't ask her so much. But I could read from her thing that, she looks at me, what I'm doing, and she feels
She could have.
could have, because she was better than me.
Wow.
There are many, many, many women
Yes.
whose dreams die within the 4 walls. Nobody knows what happens when the lights go off. The stories remain untold. There are women who are forced into abortions and are asked to walk straight the moment they step out of the nursing home, so that nobody in the world should know. There are women with emotional bruises and scars so deep that they are scared to love. For all the men out there, create hope. Be, and I know this statement might sound like a cliche, but be the fire, the wind. Be that man who not only opens the doors to the cage for her, because that she can do. Allow her to fly. Be that place where she can come and rest. Don't be the cage. Let's together create a better world, a world of hopefulness, a world where we can share our emotional and mental challenges, where fear doesn't hold back a woman into the darkness. Suicide doesn't become the only and only way out. To hope, to love, to partnerships, to life, and to woman equality. Sainyaanji, do go and watch on Indimus channel. Song created by Ronkini Gupta, Aashish Rego, vocals and lyrics by Ronkini Gupta. The movie created by K C Loy, performance by Arpana Rao, and production by Kiran Loy Productions. Do go and watch on Indimus. Sainyaanji. Signing off, Kanchan, Todi. Thank you so much, everyone.